Hello there, friends. John Campea here, senior editor of the Movie Blog, and if you don't mind, I'd like to take just a few moments of your time to discuss an issue that causes me a great deal of personal stress and quite frankly pisses me off.
And here's what, look, this idea of, hey, studios, yeah, just get the studios, split the cost 3 ways, and everybody's happy. Whee! Really? When Ellen DeGeneres hosted the Oscars before, somewhere a baby angel died. You're an a-hole if you're a grown adult person and you take a 14-year-old child into a fight with a bunch of murderous gangsters who have guns. That makes you a huge human douchebag. The cons, the things I always suspected I would start to drive me nuts are really driving me nuts. They got Spider-Man. We're bringing Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Ant-Man, Giant Man, Toilet Man, whoever else. We're going to bring 50 characters to the table. You think we're going to split the cost 3 ways with Sony, who has 1 character? Then how do you split the profits? Blah, blah, crappy dialogue, Stark. Ooh, he said Stark. I watched Iron Man. Crappy dialogue. I found a hammer. Oh, he's talking about Thor's hammer. This show's awesome. Like, wait a minute. They almost had a deal to have Oscorp. That must mean they're really close to putting Spider-Man in the Avengers. No. Sony should just let Marvel have Spider-Man, because that's what the fans want. So they should just let them have it. Really? Do you really think that way? Really? And they start going crazy and take personal offense and how dare you say something bad about a movie I love. No, I don't want Johnny Depp as the Riddler at all, any way, shape, or form, no. And unless Tim Burton comes along to direct the next standalone Batman film, which he won't, I don't want to see it. So that's just me. If you want to see him, that's cool for you, but since you're asking me what I think it's a terrible idea personally. And they're never going to agree. They'll never get along with this. No way, no how. Okay, Omari White writes, questions. What do you think about a live-action Pokemon film? I don't give it any thought whatsoever, Omari. Thank you so much for asking. So what do? They pull out their big hammer. This is a microphone, but they pull out their big hammer and bang you over the head with it. Because they got to have that line of dialogue. Reverend Book goes, he really doesn't know, does he? An agent, then Colby Smulders, he can never know. Oh, God, please, give us some credit. Christian Bale offered $50 million for next Batman film, when it simply was not true. Now, I myself have better things to do with my life than read a $2.99 ebook on Amazon written by a no-name dude who has no position of any authority anywhere about Christian Bale, so I haven't read the book myself. But I'm now being told by a bunch of people, when you read the book, he doesn't actually say Warner Brothers offered him. He's saying if Warner Brothers offered him, Bale should take the money. I hate Oliver's sister. I hate her. She is a whiny, flip-floppy, two-faced, hypocritical, little whiny bitch. There, I said it. She really, really is. And I think the only thing that trumps my dislike of Oliver's sister is her whiny little bitch boyfriend.
Oh, my dear.
I have hated, I can't even remember the character's name.
Roy Harper.
Okay, so Jerkface. So every time, going back to season 1, whenever he's on screen, I just think Jerkface. Somebody asks you to give a top 10 list. You give a top 10 or you give a top 5, or somebody asks you to name your favorite this or that. And you do. And then somebody goes, you didn't put, Martin Scorsese's whatever film on your list. Therefore, and here's the big magic word. Your list you lost credibility. That's the word. It's either invalid or credibility. That's the thing. When people who generally have no idea what they're talking about will go, you make a list of top 10 superhero films. It's like, oh, you put X-Men First Class at number 7 instead of number 5. Therefore, you lost credibility. It's like, really? Are you that big of a moron that do you believe the horse crap that's coming out of your pie hole? Because your list is the standard of what credibility is. You know, it all comes down to that whole thing I'm always chanting about, my mantra. Film is subjective. There's no such thing as an objective list of film. There's just not. But other than that, this is a TV show that treats its viewers like idiots. Like all the way from episode 1 to episode 3. Their characters, if you can call them that, are all caricatures. They're hyper-exaggerated caricatures. Like the frickin' Wonder Twin scientists. What scientists? And like, oh yeah, I'm 15 and I am the most brilliant nuclear geneticist on the planet, blah, blah, blah. The hacker girl? Oh, I'm 20 years old and I've got perfect hair and makeup and perfect clothing, but I live in a van and I'm the most brilliant hacker in the world, blah, blah. Like, give me a break. That the agent dude, I'm the guy you call if you need to disarm a nuclear weapon. Did he? I looked around at the people with it. Did he really just say that? I'm the guy who you call to disarm a nuclear weapon, not to do blah, blah. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? These characters are horrible. They're terrible. Look, I can objectively tell you how tall this wall is, because we can take a measuring tape and objectively, quantifiably measure the height of this wall. And if you can't do that, if you can't objectively and quantifiably measure something, then it's not objective. Please, give us just the slightest margin. But one of the things that really annoys me the most is that this show completely realizes how bad it is, and they know the only way they can get the fanboys, and I'm saying the word fanboys like it's a disparaging remark. I am one of them, so whatever. But they know that us fanboys will overlook all the crap in that show if you just reference the Avengers enough. Or, you know, whether it's something else, it's like, you know, I have a lot of field experience fighting alongside the Avengers. Oh, he said Avengers! Isn't this show great? Ah! Like, it's so infuriatingly bad. It's terrible dialogue. And, you know, I just get so tired. Look, all film, television, whatever, it's all subjective. And if you like it, I'm happy you like it. I really am glad that you do. More power to you. My answer to that question is an emphatic no. Let me rephrase. Dear God, no. 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 You know why? Not because, once again, that I don't think Johnny Depp is talented. I think he's a dynamically talented actor. I am sick and tired. I am so bloody sick and tired of Johnny Depp playing the clown characters. Oh, look, now I'm Tonto. Really? A white hosebag dude at playing Tonto? Give me a break. And now I'm Willy Wonka, and now I'm the Riddler, and now I'm Edward Scissorhands, and now he just plays, he's used up so much of the prime years of his career playing these ridiculous clown-type characters. And some of them have been great, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just tired of it. I'm glad that you're getting some enjoyment out of it, because I am clearly not. But it's just so infuriating knowing the type of hopes I had for it. And, you know, it's really frustrating for me when people then write to me when I express my frustration about it, because I wanted to love it so much, saying, well, what did you expect? I expected a good show? Color me crazy? But no, what you get instead is people who are like, you're an effing F-bomb this. You don't know anything. And then their bottom lips start to quiver. You said something bad about the Dark Knight. You know, I can just picture them crying themselves to sleep in their pathetic little pillows in their pathetic little beds. To really, a part of the genius of Dick Grayson and who Nightwing is, the richest part of him is understanding his history and who he really is. You can't appreciate Nightwing and you can't appreciate who Dick Grayson is unless you fully understand where he came from. The Quivering Bottom Lip. How dare you say something bad about Robin? I want to touch him. You know, think of that. You get these absolute morons out there who will just take it to great personal offense. Oh, you said something. You said Robin shouldn't be in a Batman movie. My life is ruined. Like it's like I just went into their mailbox and stole their paycheck. The fact that he was a child whose parents were murdered and that Bruce Wayne took him in, trained him up to be the crime fighter Robin who fought alongside of the Dark Knight for so many years. Daddy issues ensued, the splits, the breakups, the whatever, the going off on his own, the coming back, the taking up the mantle of the Bat, which he did for a while, and, you know, really coming into the fullness of his own. If you don't understand all that stuff, then the Nightwing you're left with is really just a shell, I think. Anyway, this is just my opinion. You know, a live action Batman movie should never have a Robin. All right? I love Robin in the comic books, but in a live action film that's supposed to feel a little grittier, more real, I think it'd be actually stupid to have Robin, the 12-year-old boy wonder. Wee! I just think that would be ridiculous and dumb. That's my opinion. Whatever. Just feeling a certain way. I said this before. I think if you classify what I did as overreacting, I think you need help. I did not stand up and down and jump up and down in my chair and yell and scream. I didn't say, I am organizing a boycott of Man of Steel 2. I didn't say, I will never watch this stupid movie. I didn't do that. I'm going to go see the movie. I'm going to see it opening night, and I'm going to give it a chance. It's just that this news killed my enthusiasm. And if you qualify that as overreacting, then you haven't seen real overreacting. Oh, the logo on the satellite is like that logo. That means this is the same Batman universe. No, it doesn't. My brothers and sisters of movie fandom, listen to me. Batman's done. Christopher Nolan's Batman is done. It's finished. Christian Bale's not coming back. There is Robin, whatever. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is not going to be Batman. It's not going to be a continuation of the story. It's finished. It's done. We've said it 1,000 times. Christopher Nolan has said it 1,000 times. What more do you need? Do you need Christopher Nolan to sneak into your house in the middle of the night, creep into your bedroom, lovingly pull down the sheets, give you a nice little tray of candles and scented aromas, and say, look, listen, it's okay, but the movie's done? Is that what you need to finally believe it? It's over. All right, let's move on to the next question because I'm starting to run out of time here because I'm blabbering on so much. Isn't it odd that when I'm alone, I actually blab longer?